Jesus, to fully praise you, it would take all eternity, just like Lazarus. Oh, you brought me back to life. You brought me back to life. Oh, you brought me back to
My guess is that there is somebody in this room that understands that exactly. That you were going through life. You were living and breathing and working and playing and paying your taxes. But you weren't fully alive. Come on.
Sure.
Yeah, there's somebody in this room that understands this whole idea of what is dead inside coming back to life. Am I right? Somebody does.
Right. Yeah.
Because friends, it can't be just me who's had parts of your life that you had such hope for, such dreams about, that have just slowly shriveled up and died. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
like
sir.
You just had these ambitions and these dreams and I don't know, maybe it's a marriage or maybe it's a child-parent relationship, maybe it's a career, maybe it's health. I don't know what it is, but there are all kinds of things that die in us long before we stop breathing.
Amen.
And I don't know that that's God's intent. I think that many times we walk around soulless. We have life, but we're soulless. And God's desire for you and for me is to come to life. Amen? It's to choose life. It's to choose Him. So if you don't mind, I'm about ready to preach. Why don't you go grab a seat real quick?
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, preach it,
How we
bro.
doing so far today? Do you know that God says that you have a choice in the matter of what goes on in your soul? That you literally can choose life or you can choose death. I mean, you're going to die no matter what. We're not talking about that kind of death. You can choose life or you can choose death. You can choose a soul that is alive to God and the purposes of God, the goodness of God, and the greatness of God, and the leadership of God. Or you can just choose to just kind of meander through life and get what you can out of life. If it's okay with you, we're going to go old school today. I'm talking real old school. We're going to go to one of the oldest books in the Bible, the book of Deuteronomy. Any Deuteronomy fans in the house? Yeah. Like, people know, I don't even know what Deuteronomy is. Well, Deuteronomy records the story of Moses, and Moses is this great leader, this what we call a prophet from God, and God is speaking through Moses to his people, and he sort of laid it out before them, and this is found in Deuteronomy 30, and I'm just going to read some verses to you, make a couple comments, but here's what it says. Deuteronomy chapter 30, it says, "This command I'm giving you today is not too difficult for you. It is not beyond your reach. Now, I don't mean to be talking down to anybody. Like, we're not like going to elementary school here, but he's saying, what I'm about to tell you isn't for the super genius. It isn't for the super smart people. It is well within your grasp. We're not talking trig class here. We're not talking calculus. This is for you. And this is for me. Okay, this is what he says. He says, it's not kept in heaven. This command I'm going to give you, it is not kept in heaven. In other words, it's not for the super spiritual. It's not for just the worship band people who get it or the preacher who gets it. He says, this is for you. It's not kept in heaven. Listen to this. So distant that you must ask, well, who will go up to heaven and bring it down so that we can hear it and obey it? And then he says this, it's not kept beyond the sea so far that you must ask, who will cross the sea to bring it to us so we can hear it and obey it? He says, no. This message that I'm going to give you, this choice, listen, I'm going to give you, this message I'm going to give you is very close at hand. It is on your lips and it is in your heart. And so in other words, you don't even have to be a Christian to understand this. You don't even have to believe in God to know that there is something that God has placed on your heart. And if you're careful enough and quiet enough to listen, if you're still enough to listen, there's this part of you that'll go, man, why am I working so hard in life to be satisfied but I'm never filled? Amen. Why am I reaching and reaching and grabbing and I hold on to something and there's pleasure for a moment, but it's gone. Anybody ever eat a brownie nut fudge sundae? You're like, oh, glory when it's going down. But like 12 minutes later, you're like, wow.